So years and years ago, it would be the groundsmen and families living there that kept the grounds tidy, gardening and stuff. Right, so you go through that gate there and onto the track and turn right and just go along that way. Boom. Right, so this is the track that allows you to go into those houses up there, look, which are part of the estate up there, look. Right, let's go up this inner track so I can point my camera over towards the mansion and show you the grounds. I hope I'm still recording. That's another way to get to those houses. A bloody dead tree, all the top ends snapped off. It's died dead from the top. Chemtrails kills alba trees because they drink all the water and the chemicals just go straight to the roots and just kills them. Right, so there's your mansion behind those bits of trees, and look at how big it is, it's huge. So this is where the groundsmen come with their golfing trolleys and go right around the grounds. There's another tree that's got a snap off. I've been blessed, like the weather's absolutely perfect. That's the first plane I've seen going across dropping chemtrails. First one today. Now, if that dissipates within seconds that have coming out the back of the plane, that's contrails. But if it's still there in the air and it spreads about, that's chemtrails. But at the moment, it looks like it's dissipating, so that's contrails. Just ice crystals coming out the hot engine and melting straight away. Contrails. The YouTube are still, or Facebook, sorry, was still censoring us when I was trying to post the post that I put on with the RR Daily News. It's news that you get from the US military. So you just type in RR News Daily and you get up-to-date facts and proper news, not propaganda from mainstream media. Right, look at the size of this tree I'm standing under now. Look how wide it is at the bottom here. And there's a better view of the mansion, look. The stairs going up the side. Must cost a fortune for the upkeep of that. But I mean, you can see how vast the grounds are, because this spreads right across back to the main road where I've parked the car, literally. So if you come out that junction where I've parked the car and you turn left, you pass the front entrance to come into here via road to come along the back. So it's vast, massive. So talk about money talks. But you can see how well kept the grounds are as well. Look at the grass. It's all been backwards and forwards, but and cut with the cutters. Looks like a bowling green. Well, this is where I used to cut through from that path just over there to come up here to take a couple of pictures of the mansion when I had my camera. So I'll be going down here and go through the black gate, then just continue down the bottom. Then it bears around to the left and takes you back to the wood bridge. told me mate Jeff that I'd be at his house between say 10:30 and 12:30. Not too early for a Sunday morning. So not to panic. So just a nice leisurely walk back to the car. But I mean, look at the grounds, man. And they've got the river down there, look, going past it. You just see down the bottom, you see the sun shining and rippling off the water. And it goes all the way to the main road where I've parked the car. Right, so I'm just going to go around the back. It's shelter type thing. It's got a lead roof and it's a weird shape. It's just like a weather shelter with views down the river. If you're sitting in there and looking down there, it's beautiful. Right, that's looking back over to the mansion. I'm sure when I looked at maps, I'm sure it was like an old set of stables or something years and years ago. But it's called the Newton Don Estate. N-E-W-T-O-N, Newton Don, D-O-N, Estate. Right, so I've got to go down here through the next gate. So that's the path that I stick to, so nobody could see it from the mansion. But when I wanted photographs, I would just nip in there quick, take a couple of nice photographs of the mansion and then continue on. So the groundsman couldn't see us, because it's private, like supposed to be. But I always do that. I'm not frightened to go and take photographs, because if anybody just come and say, look, do I look like a thug? I mean, I've got cameras, I'm filming, I'm taking photographs, so that's all it's for. And then they won't kick off. Right, so I've just got to follow this track all the way down now until it starts bending around the left. It'll take us back to the green wooden bridge that you come over at the beginning. And there's no mud and water up here to walk through, so you get back to the car a lot drier than going down the bottom. And it's just a more different scenery going back towards the car. So I've been along here a few times with Con. I mean, he was going in the water swimming at the bottom of the waterfall, and I let him off his lead and he's just running up and down here like a happy child with you've just given ice cream to. Happy as Larry, as the saying goes. Right, so here's the gate that you go through. These are just the access tracks that the groundsmen can use to ferry backwards and forwards in their golf carts. I've only ever once saw a vehicle driving along these tracks, once when I came here, about 2 to 3 years ago. When I first came here, like that's the only time I've seen one. Right. Oh, this is one where you've got to lift that thing up to get this lifted up. There's a little latch hangs down, you've got to lift that up to be able to lift the bar up to open the gate. And you do the same again, lift it up so you can put the latch back in and shut the gate. But you can see private again on this side. And that takes you down into the bottom fields right next to the river, if you wanted to go down by the water's edge. I'm forgetting the name of something. It's like it's not clear water, but it's something water. I've just seen a deer running across the fields. It's just running along the edge of the tree line there. Really dark colour, little, just a young one. caught my eye on it. I'm sure I went down there last time and all, explored to see where that track took you down to, but I wasn't quite sure. But if you know where you are and you know the general area you're in, no matter which way you go, you can always end up down the bottom and get on the bottom track and go out of here. But I just go all the way down to the bottom of this downhill track, then bear left at the bottom. Then you're right next to the water's edge again. You can see the river down below to the right. There's a deer there. Young one again. Probably the one I just saw down there. The trouble is you can't be quiet when you're walking along these paths. Well, between crunching leaves and snapping branches, you cannot be quiet. Excuse me. Oh, there he is there. There he is, straight ahead through the trees. It's that little young one again. And just there, there's two of them. There. Yeah, there they go. Look like young ones. I just went tearing along there and bounding and jumping over bits of sticks and branches. And just stopped there. They're looking back over here to me. There they go, they're off, bounding along there. Right, so they've come up from the bottom field and they've run up here and they've just gone across there. I mean, when you think about, there's hardly any forestry left now for the poor deer to have their livelihood in trees now, because there's lots of them being chopped down. There's hardly any habitat left for them intact. Right, so this is where you can look down there, you can see the water again. There we go. It's nice and wide down there as well. There's a gap between the trees here. There we go. I love to see the sun shining, like rippling off the waters. Fantastic. Right, so you just downhill now, slightly to the left, and it'll take us back towards where the wooden footbridges that are going to cross over and going back out of here. But as you can see, coming back that way, you're high up, so you're nowhere near where water runs down at the troughs and creates those bloody big mud piles. It's a nightmare to get through and caught up your boots. So I was lucky to see them two deer. It's because I'd stopped walking, I was very quiet and not making a noise with the leaves and the branches snapping. Right, so this is where it bends out on the corner again, so you can look down here and see the water again. Oh, what the hell, they've blocked it all off again. there's loads of trees being put here to block off this path. Now that is deliberate to stop people coming up that way. But there's the river there, look. It's doing an S-bend down there. So you would just continue down there, but they've completely blocked it off. So I'll have to go a little bit further up to see if I can get past it and drop down high up. Because that's where those funny looking trees are, just down there. So walk straight past them and it takes you directly to the bridge. This was all churned up as well with the big tractors going through here and carrying off the trees. Well, there's no way I can get through there to get onto the path at the bottom here to go back along to the bridge. Pain in the arse. But like I say, when you know the area and you know the general area that you're in, no matter where you go, you can always just head back and end up getting onto the track that you need to be on.